Peace, peace. Bottom of it, or top of the evening. Getting on here late, but better late than never. Um, got my instructions. I think I mentioned it on the last live that I can no longer speak on this political climate or these political people, I should say. This in this presidential campaign, I can speak on my campaign, my campaign or our pain. Can't speak on the circus no more. Not for a while. Not till it's over with. Not till the circus is out of town. Peace and blessings. Indeed, Mr. Brock. I see you. I see you. So yeah, I'm on my self improvement on us. So ain't no better subject than us anyway to talk about. But I can't talk about this circus show, the circus act. My D, Ahmad, what up? Peace. I see you. I see you. Just tapping in. I know it's going up though. What they're doing in Iran, Iran, what they got, allegedly supposed to be responding to that Israeli thing, the Hamas leader, the main man that was behind the peace talks. So it's not looking good. You know, I'm not getting into that, but I'm into our black sheep walk. You know what I mean? What we going through, how that's going to affect us. Michael Hawkins, what up with you? We got our own struggles, right? Even though that's going to affect us, but we got our own struggles also. So we got to clean up our own house, clean up our own bathroom, bedroom, whatever. Before we get to worrying about what they out there doing. um, yeah, but like I said, I can't speak on that. So I can listen though. I can listen. We know the history. That's why my last live, like I say, somebody that's speaking what I would have been speaking is Candace Owens. Well, I ain't heard nothing like that in a minute. She on fire over there, and that's somebody that I ain't. I was definitely not no fan of. But what's our personal walks? What we dealing with? What's our biggest stresses right now? Is it money? Is it health? Is it relationships? What's some problems that we dealing with that we can come up with some solutions right quick and keep each other company and talk it out. Talk it out. I'm a good listener, or I'm a good reader, I should say. I got a nice size alien head, Egyptian pharaoh skull, so I think I could help think through some stuff. What is the best advance of when a person is doing bad and having loyal friends, then they get their life together and achieve, and people no longer around the best advance? I guess you're saying advice. You don't really need no advice. You know, if they friends, they gonna be there. If they not, then they not. So you know, everybody say they want to be happy, especially our sisters. But if we living in a reality that we under attack and we under warfare and there's all type of COINTELPRO, you know, enemy behavior, supremacist behavior, how do we think we're gonna ever be happy without acknowledging the real enemy and engaging in the real warfare to protect and defend our lives and our children, our happiness. So it's impossible. That's actually an impossibility to be happy and not be at war if wicked people are ruling. And you, if you're melanated, are the number one target. So that's a pure fairy tale, delusion, denial of reality, or cowardice position. It's impossible to be happy in this type of setting, in this type of warfare setting, and you're not a warrior. You're not acknowledging who you're supposed to go to war with. You can't say it's my man's fault, or you can't say it's my woman's fault because y'all not making each other happy when you're not acknowledging the real enemy. That's how you get security and peace of mind and happiness with each other, because you got a warrior spouse or a warrior mate that understands who the real enemy is and is helping you fight them. It's impossible. It's an impossibility to be happy in a satanic world. Impossible. Happy means content. You know what I'm saying? Grateful and content. Not feeling like you need to be free from nature, free of nature. Like that's what they say, freedom. Freedom to do what? Freedom to lie about your identity, or free to go against the natural laws of the universe. It's impossible, you know. So all of the money in the world, all the fame in the world, all the luxury in the world, none of that's gonna make nobody happy. Only thing gonna make us happy is when we doing our nature, when we're actually living our nature, fighting the the impediments, and that's what a spouse, if you're a woman, your woman is supposed to be your help meet, to help you meet and overcome the obstacles and the struggles and the opposition and the adversaries that you got to deal with. That's what we were as sperm, right? Sperm was not no cakewalk. That was a struggle. You was competing. You was in a hostile environment. You was going against the grain, against gravity, against 500 million other competitors. With only one of y'all can make it. What did y'all? I mean, how did we get here and get all soft and sensitive all of a sudden and emotional? Like we ain't supposed to be suffering. We ain't supposed to be struggling. Where did that come from? Who taught us that lie? Because it ain't nowhere in our nature or our pattern of how we got to this point. Where did we get taught to be soft and sensitive and emotional about about struggle or about pain? No, we here for warfare. Warfare don't mean evil or bitter, and warfare don't even mean bloodshed. Warfare just means struggle, righteous struggle. Holy war. That's all holy war means. They put it like all kind of taboo words like Muslim jihad is just an Arabic word of the original people. The Semitic language. That's a Semitic word that means struggle. Jihad means struggle, holy struggle or righteous struggle. So who painted it like it's a terrorism word, like it's some villain, evil word? So Armageddon, jihad, holy war, all of that's the same thing. It's not fought out there. It's not fought against some external enemy. It's this internal enemy of weakness, ignorance. That's the greatest of all Satan's is ignorance and weakness and cowardice. That we scared to fight the weaknesses of ourselves. We scared to fight the addictions. We scared to fight the bad habits. We scared of the emotion, to fight back our emotions. So we are our worst enemy. So that's the pain, that's the necessary pain of warfare that we got to fight to get happy. There is no heaven without hell. There is no pleasure without pain, right? There is no happiness, true happiness, without conquering sadness. You have to taste sadness. You got to taste loss. You have to taste all of that to even appreciate what happiness even is, what gratitude and gratefulness even is. Who taught us we ain't supposed to be hurt? I heard that growing up so much with a single mother and sisters. You know what I mean? Girl, if he make you cry, he ain't no good. Well, what is God? Does God make you cry like Don't nobody make you cry worse than God. Why, God? I don't understand why me, why him, God? Why you take my daddy? Why you take my sister, my mama? Why? Hey, ain't no pain like the pain God gonna put you through, right? Ain't no pain like the pain of childbirth. So, according to that false logic, anybody that hurts you is bad for you. Okay, well, what is nature? What is childbirth? 'Cause that epidural don't do it. We wasn't born with it like an epidural pack. Like, once you get a certain age, you get your menstrual cycle, and the menstrual cycle come with some epidural chemicals for when you get pregnant. Nah, apparently, whoever the natural law, the natural creator said you're gonna deal with some real pain. And after that real pain, if you handle it right, you're gonna have the best gift called life and creating human life, the greatest power in the universe. But look at the pain I had to go through. So who taught us this weak emotional lie that we ain't supposed to struggle? Struggle love. Yeah, that's the only love. Struggle love is the only love. What else is there? How do you prove that a person even love you if they not willing to struggle with you, struggle for you? You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody that's out, what I'm saying, in sickness and in health. So in health you there, in sickness you out, for better or worse, for better you there, worse you out, and richer or poor, richer you there, poor you out. Yeah, that ain't love. That's an opportunist. That's a leech. That's a parasite. That's a vampire bat. Nah, the real ones is the ones that help you meet and overcome all of this obstacles and poverty and all that. Help you build riches and wealth. Not, nah, you gotta already have it before you get with me. That's why it's an epidemic, a pandemic of single bitter, because somebody you lost, you can listen to the wrong somebody. Listen to the wrong failures, like failures at womanhood. Failures at womanhood. I don't care how much a boss you are in corporate world or whatever. Womanhood, capital F, capital F. St. Charlie Boys, can you give me advice on how to help with being homeless in Illinois? Um, I don't know if you handicapped or you disabled, because it's always somewhere to go. I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. Yeah, it's family, it's friends. If not, it's camps. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know if you're disabled. I don't know how old or how young you are. That's a whole story. Southern California, if you don't mind me asking, who did the instructions come from? Minister Farrakhan. So whatever you heard me say or post, that's my personal position. But seeing that our people are so emotionally blind, deaf and dumb, that you just got to let them do what they do. Anything that we say now is just going to inflame and drive them more into a frenzy of whatever they in a frenzy about. So you have to leave them now to their own choice, to their own choices, and they leave us to our own choices, and we just wait and see. We wait and see who was right and who was wrong, just like we waited and seen about the Fauci juice and the other all this other stuff prior to this. Farrakhan has, and those of us who obey his instruction have not been wrong yet. So I'm just thankful that I did go on record going so hard and getting the blood off my hands and saying what my position was. So Whoever was meant to hear it heard it. Whoever ain't wasn't trying to hear it anyway. So time to be quiet on that and get on another subject. So regroup from whoop whoop and change the theme, change the game. So I'm talking about self improvement now. Talking about us, what we going through, being a brother and a sister there, quality companion. So that's what I'm on here every day now. Just seeing what y'all going through. I can't talk about all this stuff because I know it ain't real. I ain't, that's what y'all believe in. Vote to your heart's content. Do what you believe. But meantime, I'm gonna be over here doing something else, talking about something else, trying to find out what personal problems that me, my brothers and sister, lost sheep that's suffering the pains we suffering, how we can best try to help each other and be there for each other and find a solution to the real problem, not the smoke and mirrors uh, propaganda show that you see every day right now. So, Gangster Chronicles, do you think the economy will keep getting worse? Absolutely. Unfortunately, absolutely, it's going to get worse. That's kind of going into the politics thing, but yeah, we can talk about that because what's going on with these wars, what happened, what Israel just did um, to the leader of Hamas, but they did it in Iran. They did it in the capital of Iran, so that is already sending the stock markets and all kind of investors freezing up, and they're already looking at soaring. I mean, this happens around all. If you notice, at around all the election times, if you notice before now, like within the last year or so, people were saying, and me included, that before the elections there would be war with Iran. Minister Farrakhan said that 4 years ago. So, and he said exactly who is going to be with, which is what's going on right now. So that's gonna drive all of the prices up. It's going to drive everything up. So if you think inflation is too much now, you think the cost of gasoline and food and electricity and rent and all that is high now. Yeah, it's gonna be very bad. I don't know how many of us is in California or LA on the West Coast. That cost of living gonna be so astronomical. It's already crazy, but it's gonna be so astronomical that it's gonna force us black sheep. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean black people, but those that's not buying into the system. It's gonna force us to relocate. It's gonna force us eastward, right? Whether that's Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, or further down south, you know, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia. It's getting ninjas off that coastline, that's for sure. That West Coast and that East Coast, but especially the West Coast. And that's by design. So I'm not trying to be religious and nothing like that, but there's some prophecies and whatever that's coming very soon about the West Coast on California. So I would try if you had the resources to look into some relocating to where it's cheaper at, where it's a lot of more land, greenery, where you can grow some chickens and grow some cows, and you know, kind of get off the grid and not be relying on these technology. You see what they just did with this whole this blackout, this uh, cyber outage. All of that's, in my opinion, is just test runs. They about to light this whole thing up. About to light it up. Headed to ATL next summer. That's right. Gangster Chronicle. I don't know if you wanna let them know that's Big Steel. That's the owner. That's the owner and proprietor of this here page that he let me so gracious to let me express myself on. So salute to Gangster Chronicles. For y'all that ain't already subscribed, definitely subscribe to Gangster Chronicles. I ain't no gangster, but I got some chronicles. I can talk. I can talk about who the real gangsters are. But actually, I can't now because I'm under them instructions. So talk about us. Get back on us and our self improvement. You know what I mean? Big Jock. I see Dad's buying land and building his compound. Yeah, yeah. Dad's right up the way. Yeah, Dad's over there doing it. So salute to Dad. I think he just came off a little tour with Snoop and I don't know Quick and somebody else. That he was in Canada for the whole month of June. So he probably picked up a little change and finishing up building on this studio and all that. So yeah, I've been over there a few times. Um, yeah, yeah, it's all good. It's all good still. Yeah, just trying to replace the old content since I can't talk about it. I'm literally the campaign trail. So we instead of the political lane, we just gonna talk about the real pain. No pain, no gain. So I don't want nobody to think that they alone what they're going through, the struggles, the disappointments, the heartbreaks. You know, real pain. But that's what we go through before we get delivered, like labor and delivery. So, don't look at it the wrong way. Don't look at it as a curse. Don't look at it like you a failure or you failed. Nah, this world is failing. This world is in the throes of death. This world is dying. So we like this world is like the placenta, and we like the new baby that's busting out of it. You know what I mean? So it's dying because we tearing it up. The water is breaking in America. You know what I'm saying? And we breaking it. We that new baby, that new nation. So we finna go through the pain of pushing through them pelvic bones and getting your head all bruised and cords around your neck and all. The baby be in more pain than the mama do. But this particular mama, the beast, you know what I'm saying, that we getting pushed out of. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. The placenta, let's say the placenta is the beast, but actually the mother is the minister, in my opinion. The minister that had to suffer and give his life, you know what I'm saying, and feed us through his spiritual umbilical cord to where we able to have these kind of conversations and we conscious. So much of this came from him, our modern consciousness. So, and a lot of us don't even know it. So he's the one that's really in labor and pain giving birth to us. But the placenta is America. This gonna be towed up. This little afterbirth. It still can be useful. We can use it. You know, for something. But ain't no future in this. Everybody that's believing in voting and all of that, that's the placenta. That's the placenta. If you don't know what to do with it, we know that it's not gonna last, but you're supposed to leave it there for a minute and let the last of the little fluids and all the antibiotic fluids or whatever pump. You're supposed to cut the cord right away after you're born. I don't know how many of y'all know that. The doctors be trying to hurry up and cut that and take the placenta and go go use them stem cells and go make all kind of money and all kind of research with them original melanated placentas that black mothers be having. It's all kind of powerful magical chemicals up in there. They just try to hurry up. You just cut it. No, just hurry. No, I don't cut it. uh, Newsom, yeah, oh man, I ain't even keeping up on them clowns. Yeah, I can't even speak on it still. But yeah, y'all can definitely talk about each other. I mean, y'all can talk amongst each other about it. Like, do any plans on traveling to the Middle East to places like Dubai? Was there a few months ago. Nah, I don't really have no immediate plans. Not for that reason. We plan on going to the mother town for certain for certain waste management businesses pretty soon. But that's a whole nother subject. Marie, peace. Mike Jones, tired of the stripper rap. Meg and Sexy Red discuss me. We need some more Lauren Hill and female hip hop. Yeah, absolutely. But we can talk about that the if the master wizards are using these little magicians, these are like little magicians, and their job is to keep us under the spell of the master wizard. You know what I mean? Since when, I mean, I hate to say it, but I got to say it. From what I've seen still, I don't know if you're still on here, but still the demographic of this particular page or this channel is like 92 or 93% males. So y'all ain't gonna have no problem with me talking the way that I'm gonna talk, and it's not misogyny talk because you can see it. We can see the dissatisfaction. We can see the dysfunction of our own sisters. Not all of them, but the majority of them. You go on social media, you go outside, you see how they dress, you see how they talk, see how they carry themselves. You see, it's nothing. It's the single boss whatever mentality. Like it's a pure failure at womanhood. You can be a success at being an actress, a success at being an athlete, a success at being um, a rapper or a singer, success at being a businesswoman, success at being a politician. All failures at womanhood, though. Womanhood, that's the greatest job. That's the greatest career. That's the greatest power. They want to be bosses, but bosses over who? Bosses over men? Like that's not even a woman's nature. Woman's nature, a woman when she being herself, she have no desire to be a boss over men. That's kind of, that's kind of why do you want to be a boss over men? Be a boss over your children. Actually create some children. You know what I'm saying? That's jewel love that you don't feel like you need to be a boss. Why would any woman brag about being a boss? A boss over what? A boss over who? Yeah, that's not natural. Dude, that's not natural. You don't even hear dudes saying that, like really. We hear Rick Ross or Ricky Rose or something like that. You don't hear no dudes like. I mean, it's a man's nature to be that, but you don't hear them bragging about it. That's what you're supposed to be. Like you bragging about being what you're supposed to be. Like I'm a boss. Yeah, okay. That's like saying I'm a father. I'm a father. Yeah, I'm a father. Okay, I hope so. That's nothing to brag about. That's what you're supposed to be. But you not that's damn it equivalent of him saying you a mother. Like we bragging about being a mother. That's how off that is. I'm a mother. Yeah, I'm a mother. Huh? You bragging about being a mother? That's what it's like to hear our sisters bragging about being a boss. A boss. Now, how about you be a boss of your womanhood? Because you can be a female, an adult female, but you're not a woman unless you have a man. Ooh, let me say that again. Let me say that one more again. You're not a woman. The only thing makes a female or adult female a woman is her relationship with a man. If you don't have a relationship with a man, you're not a woman. Womb man. If you're not using your womb in the most moral and natural and respectful manner that you was created for, then you're not a womb man. Just because you have a child. So you're gonna go buy some sperm, you're gonna go to a sperm donor and do what these females is doing. You know what I mean? So how is the child gonna end up? The level of selfishness or narcissism that it takes to say I want to be a mother, but I don't want to be a wife. I want to force a child into the world imbalanced, incomplete, not having both parents that it takes. It takes sperm and ovum or egg. So that means it takes a mother and a father. But our women say we don't need that. We just need enough money to go buy some some semen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just, man, we just in a terrible condition. Terrible condition. And who are we gonna listen to? So now the males, this generation of males is emotional because they raised up with these type of single mothers, with this emotional twisted mentality. So the men is all emotional, you know what I'm saying, all off balance, and a little estrogenish, you know what I'm saying? Not sure what, it's so we in a terrible, terrible condition, man. Terrible condition. And where there's no decent women, there will be no decent men. Because the woman is the mother, the first teacher, the mother of civilization. The majority of pregnancies are not married pregnancies, right? So they're from frivolous, irresponsible fornication. And then we doing 500,000 abortions per year, our black women alone, not no other races. 500,000, 500,000. Genocide numbers. Genocide numbers by choice. And I don't want to get into whichever political candidates is pushing that. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the problem. So we are taught from almost 100 years ago when the founder of the Nation of Islam, Master Fard Muhammad, came and raised and taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's taught us that 75% of our problem and our work is with our female, with the mind of our women, because they have been totally possessed, totally destroyed mentally, totally turned upside down and inside out, and done in a way of spoiling, gassing them up and spoiling, deceiving them, making them think that they should be equal with men. And that's not even in a woman's nature. And a woman don't want to be equal with men and nothing but respect and love. A woman just wants to be equal with a man in respect and love. Anything else is something else, right? I want to make as much money as a man. Why? If you got a man, you don't got to worry about that. If you got a man, if you focus on being a woman and being a helpmeet, being what God created you to be, you won't have to worry about making more than a man because he gonna make as much as he need to make if you supporting him, right? If you there helping him, if you there, charging his battery and cheering him on and giving him the motivation that he needs, you don't need to make that. See what I'm saying? But if you believe that he ain't doing what he can be doing, and you don't want to acknowledge the real enemy that has destroyed him, but that has incarcerated him, that has criminalized him, that has put him in the ground in the cemetery, then we just want to point to it's their fault. Okay, well, why is your son in that condition? Oh, because his daddy wasn't there. No, you left his dad. Remember, it wasn't his daddy wasn't there. You probably wouldn't give him his natural rights and authority over you and over the child, and you sided with the American court system, family court system, and you took his child. and took, child support. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted to make him sponsor your rebellion against him. You wanted him to pay for your rebellion and taking his natural rights and authority that he had over you and over his child. You want him to pay for that now in the form of child support and think that he gonna go along with that program. So that is the main reason. I mean, I'm not Kevin Samuels. I'm actually more qualified than Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace. Because I've been married. I've been married since 1995. Right. So I done seen them come. I done seen them go. I done seen relationships rise and fall. I done seen every female say that this is the happiest I ever been, and then a year later they, you know, filing restraining orders and in court, and you know, the majority of the time it's the sisters that leave. The sisters leave the relationship. The dudes don't have to leave. It's the women that leave because they don't like whatever the dude is doing. You know what I'm saying? And then, once they leave, especially if it's cheating, well, he cheated. Okay, he cheated. So you don't like cheating? Well, like cheating what? What's the part that you don't like? I ain't sharing something. So, okay. So then once you break up with him, then you're not celibate. Now I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to have my fun. Okay, well now you in the most reckless type of out of the frying pan into the fire type relationship. You had somebody at least that was committed to you. You had a family. You was familiar with his weaknesses, his flaws, his tripping or whatever. Y'all had an understanding. You were supposed to work together. That's all a marriage is. You're supposed to work together. Marriage is a struggle. It's not no fairy tale. Everything's supposed to be good and happy and romantic. No, but you had at least that. You had how many years under your belt would y'all was learning each other and getting to know each other and understanding what to do with each other. And then you throw that away because you ran into something that you don't like or that hurt your feelings or disappointed you or broke your heart. You know what I'm saying? So now as a single woman, now you got community D. Now you got a little dude over here, D over there. You got two or three little D's. You know what I'm saying? That you bouncing on. So you can't claim that you was against sharing a D. You know what I'm saying? Because now you sharing all kind of D's with no type of uh, security, no type of laws and rules and regulations about it. And now you bringing them around your children or his children. It just pure madness. It's just pure rebellious madness. And then you have these feminists backed up by satanic, forces that tell our sisters that you have the right to do this. You have the right to do this. You have the right to be free. Like free of what? You can never be free of the laws of nature. You can never be free of, you know, your gender. That's impossible. You can never be free of oxygen. You can never be free of you need water to live. Like just the laws of you can never be free like that. Like not, so we taught that freedom means rebellion against nature. I can rebel against the laws. I don't like no laws. So if somebody's telling you don't delete your innocent, holy, precious, unborn child, you say that's the government telling me what to do. The government? What about your conscience? What about your soul? What about the God you claim you believe in? How are you blaming, you know, somebody that don't want you to delete your innocent unborn children? How you blaming that on the government? That is absolutely. I can't even say the word. I don't want to blow up my man channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it Yeah. So how did they get so rebellious? We've been disappointed. Like nobody has been destroyed more than the black male descendant of slaves of America. We're the number one target, especially boys, especially little boys. We the number one target. We the number one misuse and abuse target. And too often by our own single black mothers. Too often. So it don't have to be in the form of physical, what I'm saying? A lot of times it is, but a lot of times it's in the form of emotional and verbal. The same thing that they claim that their grown-up baby daddy did to them. Okay, well, you chose him, first of all. You chose him. But us innocent offspring of these type of mothers, we didn't get a choice. We couldn't choose you. We got stuck with you, and whatever your flaws and your abuses is, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have a way to choose parents like you guys, a way to choose our fathers, the person that you opened your legs up to. You chose that. Remember, your body, your choice. You know what I'm saying. But then once that happened, or he made me do it, or he tricked me, or he pressured me into, like, oh, it's a sad, sad, sad situation. So if a man that has quality credentials and track record speak like this and really put his foot down and really say it with bass and really say it with heterosexual authority, you know what I mean? Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. You all kind of misogynistic or control freak or possessive or you know all bully, abuse, like they hit you with all of that. And they'll love to see your wife. They'll want, like, well, where's your wife? She here. You would love to see her, but you won't, because I know this is war. I know this is war. Why would I let you see her so you can try to chip away at her? I know you ain't happy. Look, I know. Just blink twice, girl. If he holding you hostage, and it's just like a crazy misery game. Like, let me try to find. Yeah, every couple is going to have problems, but I bet you we ain't having the problems of being lonely, single and lonely. I don't mind these married couple companion problems that I have, you know what I'm saying, and that married couples have. Yeah, we got problems. Yeah, we got problems. We got problems sometimes that we want to break up. But guess what? We can sleep on it, get up tomorrow and be like, and I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? I can actually make up because I'm not single. I can make up. I can practice that character. That I can practice, that attribute of seeing that I was wrong or whatever. But y'all miserable ones that have gave up, you know what I'm saying, and quit and put up fake excuses, you can't do that. So you can't what you try to find the pick me's. They call them pick me's, all kind of stuff. Like, I ain't never heard all this crazy. Like, damn, y'all really hate the fact that, women is happy being wives. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. What about the children? Like, at least think about the children. Like, the children, you know, so many. I mean, it's just crazy selfishness, crazy childishness, selfishness, man. And it's just rampant. It's just rampant. So it's warfare. We know who's behind it, and we know now that so many of our sisters have been possessed. You know, have been possessed because they was disappointed. And sadly, this is not the woman's fault on this stat that I'm about to say. Sadly, the skyrocketing, the preposterous, genocidal, pandemic number of abortions that Black women get every year is directly related to the same type of number or percentage of them being uh, violated as little girls. Violated as little girls. We get violated as little boys too, but that's a different kind of, violation. It affects us different. But once you violate a little girl and it's a male, once a male violates a little girl, then that knocks her whole concept of reality and God and all that stuff all the way out the window. You can't run no moral God law on a girl that been violated like that as a child, especially if you've been violated by a father, a grandfather, uncle, a brother, somebody close. Now you just ruin her whole concept of morality or law or respect, or you know what I'm saying. So trying to hit them with shame, trying to shame them, and trying to, it don't really work because they already disappointed and bitter at God or whoever let that happen to them as a child. So it take a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, to exercise those type of demons. And in most cases, other women can't do it. Those demons have to be exercised in most cases by wise men. But now, if the mothers have already demonized the men, they not trying to hear from no wise. They don't believe wise men, Black men, even exist. So as wise as you are, if you making any kind of sense, it's just going to frustrate them. It's going to make them even more angry because they subconsciously they're going to be like, he's wrong or he's right, and my mother deceived me. My mother robbed me of that. So they mad again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I thought my mother was there for me saying F these ninjas that they just gonna misuse you. And I was violated like that as a child. So F these ninjas and just throw them all in the trash. But then you wind up finding out that that's only a few, and there's good men that could have counseled you, that could have help heal that and replace that terrible image, you know what I'm saying, or could have retaliated for you against whatever ninja did that. But the emotional reactions, the emotional reactiveness is so strong in so many of our women that they make mistakes or they make judgments and choices in a moment of emotional, you know, blindness, and it cost them, it'll curse a whole generation. It'll curse the fruit of your womb. It'll curse your relationships. It'll curse your peace. It'll self-sabotage your life. I mean, that's where that South Central frowns come from. That's why them black cigarette gums and all that. You can just tell, like, you wasn't able to bounce back. You wasn't able to get no therapy, for what happened to you when you was a little girl. Same thing happened to us. You know what I'm saying? Ours is different though. The male is not as emotional. We'll get like robotic. We'll get numb and robotic. You know what I'm saying? Because we already are more thinking and logical. At least my generation, but this new generation, yeah, they more emotional than the females now, and they'll use their masculine, aggressive energy. They'll be dressed up like girls with fingernail polish and tight jeans and a purse and all of that, and knock you down. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the way twisted. It's all the way twisted. So we ain't got to worry about no political candidates. You know what I'm saying? It's best for us to deal with our own personal demons, and I'm just speaking like this, like I said, because I know it's usually more of a male audience. I wouldn't speak like this to females, but males, we talk rough to each other, and we speak in a rough way or whatever. But if it's women, if I knew it was women, like this, I see it's a couple of sisters, and I think they understand that it's not a bashing situation, but men have to be talked to firm and rough. Women you have to talk to them a wiser kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because if they get a hint that you're too rough or you're too mean or whatever, like that's gonna give them an excuse to just tune all the way out, or excuse to say that you ain't worthy. See, it's your tone and it's your word. Like they gonna hit you with all kind of like. But men get it. Men get it. Men gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I like how you just cussed at me like that. I mean, I got the point. But women and children, nah, you got to talk a whole different kind of language to them. Otherwise, they'll self destruct. You know what I'm saying? They'll self destruct. They looking for a reason. They already looking like, yeah, you remind me of who did that to me when I was little. Like, so you got to try to come with a whole different spirit, whole different method. So that's all this is. You know what I'm saying? If I was talking to women, I would talk different. But I'm talking to mostly men, 90% men. So this is, if I start seeing it still start is getting more women viewers, then I'll change that. I'll change this delivery. But many women don't want compromise with their husband. A relationship is give and take. Yeah, it's authority factor too, though. So part of like the whole Lucifer principle, the whole Lucifer principle is I want to be equal. I want to be equal with God. The Adam and Eve and Lucifer thing, the Adam and Eve and the serpent principle. The thing that got in the serpent got in Eve's ear with is you equal. They trying to hide something from you. They don't want you to, know the knowledge tree of the knowledge of good and evil, so you'll be like them. You'll be equal with them. Wasn't that the crime that they said that Lucifer was guilty of? He wanted to be equal with God. Well, that Lucifer got in Eve's ear with his own envy and bitterness and put it on her, projected it into her. You should be equal with Adam. Adam shouldn't be over you. Why do Adam get to such and such and you don't? The men is on some misogynist, they on some sexist, misogynist stuff against you, Eve. But I'm on your side. I understand. You supposed to be equal with them. And she like, I am. So God know the tree. God know the knowledge of good and evil. So I'm gonna know it. So that's how it goes. Because naturally, the serpent is naturally weaker than Adam and weaker than God. So the serpent already is envious of Adam. So he tried to incite and inspire that same envy in the woman because she's naturally weaker than Adam, right? She came after Adam. Adam is big bro. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you got two children. You got a son and a daughter. The son is the oldest. The son is your heir. Yeah, the son gonna be able to do what the little baby daughter can't do, and she gonna be mad. Well, why did Cam always get to do that? He ain't my daddy. Like that. It's the same principle. She don't know. She's new. She's a new baby. You just got it. No, Adam, look after her. Make sure she don't do this. Make sure she don't do that. Make sure. And he was a punk. You know what I'm saying? He let her do it because he was tricking on the box. He didn't want to upset the box. Because that was new, apparently. That box was new and good. He didn't want to do nothing to have her lock up on the box. So he let her eat the whatever and then gave it to him. And he was a punk. But he was supposed to be her authority. She wasn't equal with him. She wasn't his authority or equal. She was under his authority. Satan knew that if he can get her to see that his way, that she wouldn't like it and she'll rebel like he did. And that's what we got today. That's what we got today. It's 702. Heart goes out to all the women who did not have big brothers, cousins, uncles, fathers, grandfathers, etc., that loved them properly, still worthy. Yeah, and unfortunately, the most cases is because of their mothers. It's because of the mothers. In most cases, the mothers rob the daughters of a father. Like the daughter needs the father. Like it ain't about like you wanted the baby daddy, like, and you feel like, well, I don't need him. Okay, well, your daughter did need him. That's his daughter. That's her father. She needed him. And you in your adult rebellion robbed her of that father, of that male stability, that validation of a man, how a man is supposed to love you, and how you're supposed to teach respect, learn respect for a man, and learn respect for a father, you know. But our women that's raised up without a father because the mothers left the fathers and took the children and then bled their dissatisfaction and their accusations or whatever of the father into the children. But all the children, once the children grow up, like, so mama, how long was you and daddy married? Oh, we never was married. Oh, so I'm a bastard. So you just had me, so y'all wasn't even married. Oh, so you was a thought. You was a thought then, huh? Mama, have you ever had an abortion? Uh. So once that real story come out, like, oh, so you painted my daddy like he was some deadbeat dog and such, and you was never even with him. You opened your legs and produced me, and you was never even with him. But now you mad because he didn't stick around? Like, what was he supposed to stick around for when he never gave you a commitment in the first place for you to be opening your legs to him? Where they do that at? Why did you expect that he was supposed to, he knew he couldn't get pregnant. He knew you was the only gender that could get pregnant, right? So why wasn't you more strict with your box, knowing that you was the only one that could get pregnant and you brought me here unprepared, with no, well, like I said, your choice though, right? Your choice. Though it was his fault. It was his fault. He didn't step up. Oh, yeah. So did he take the box from you? No, he didn't take it. Then why did you open your legs? Like you knew this is how pregnancies happen, right? This is how I got here, right, mama? Like when the children start getting older and sharp, like that's why they so disrespectful and you can't handle them because they sharp now. These children are sharp and they know you sold them out. They know that you was a thought, that you was a hypocrite or whatever, or we was hypocrites, and they don't respect us. And we can't tell them that. We let them down. Like we was poor. We had to struggle. Like you know what I'm saying. Why did you even bring me here? You should have deleted me. I mean that's what they saying because you didn't want me. First thing you do when you find out you're pregnant, you didn't jump for joy and thank God. You felt devastated. You cried. Like, oh no, what am I gonna do? The first thought is get rid of it. So you think them thoughts and them feelings don't immediately travel down to the newly conceived first cell of life. You think that cell of life, that fetus now has not started recording those feelings of being unloved and unwanted in your womb. And now when they born, you can't understand why they don't respect you or they don't respect life because you didn't want it. You wrote that on their soul. You wrote that on their heart. But your body, your choice. We pushing the wrong peas. They trying to get rid of Planned Parenthood, Plan B, and some other like. Yeah, all right, well, that's why I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. Solomon Malone, Assalamu alaikum. Is it me? But why don't black women support black men? Can a black woman be a queen without children and a king, vice versa? How do you be a king or a queen without um, you know, king or queen means rulership, right? So how do you be a king or a ruler? How do you learn how to rule over people and you never ruled over, you never produced a family of your own to practice on? How you gonna just do it on the job training? You have no personal, intimate training or experience before you go out in the world and run for some office. You know what I'm saying? You run for some office, supposed to be the top power in the world, and you never had a family before. How do you know how to run a family or how to make laws or govern a nation full of families and you never had one? You never made one. Does that make sense? Does that seem logical or not? You know, if you going to a doctor, are you gonna go to a doctor that never had no patients, that never you know what I'm saying? You're going to somebody to learn how to teach you entrepreneurship and learn how to be a millionaire. They wrote a book, How to Be a Millionaire, but they never made $1 million. Like, are you gonna let them teach you? That's gonna be your teacher. Miss 702. See, I'm not good at judging others, but in my personal experience, that's true. My mother has the utmost respect for my father and me, for it comes from the mother. There's nothing wrong with judging. We mistake judging with condemning. The purpose of your brain is to judge. Did y'all know that? You absolutely supposed to judge. We judge every waking moment of the day. You cross the street, you're making a judgment. You stop at a red light, you're making a judgment. You buy this versus that, you're making a judgment. Everything is judgment. That's the purpose of your brain, to judge, to make good judgment. We're not supposed to condemn who we might judge. It's not for us to condemn who we might judge. You definitely supposed to judge. Why would we be so quick to run to the white people with a black robe and respect and obey their judgment, but we won't respect and obey the natural black robe, which is your man? Your man is the natural judge, but we rebel against our man, our natural authority, and go run to the slave master that got a black robe costume which represents your natural man. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? So our natural men have to stand up and lay the law down, and you're just gonna have to risk being called toxic or mean or bully or misogynistic. Okay, they're already calling you that. They already don't respect you. It's not like you putting your hands on nobody, but you definitely gonna have to put your mouth, your words on somebody. You gotta definitely show them, like God, I love you, I want you, but I don't need you. The numbers, the qualifications prove it. If you are qualified, if you qualify yourself as a man and you become a quality man, I don't know what a high value man is. That's some money. That's some Kevin Samuels surface BS to me. But a quality man is somebody that already proved what they can do with a woman and with a family. You already proved what you can do with a woman, because just like I said, a woman ain't a woman without a man. A man ain't a man without a woman. I'm just an adult male if I don't have a woman. If I ain't proved what I can do with a woman, I'm not a man. Ain't no man without a woman. Impossible. You a dude, you a guy, you a ninja, you a boy, you a homie. You know what I'm saying? You're not a man unless you got a woman. No such thing as calling yourself a man and you don't have a woman. No such thing. So work both ways. But a real man, like you'll never hear no real man ever say, "I don't need no woman. I don't need no woman. I'm a boss. Or I'm a mother. I'm a mother. I don't need no woman. I'm my own mother." Like you don't hear no man saying no crazy stuff like that. um, Miss 702, I'm just speaking for me, not not all women. I don't need equality. I'm just yeah, not trying to be a man take on men task. Right. I heard that. I heard that. Um, Colt Crow, I heard a radio host out of Baltimore said this: question everything and question everyone. Said this: question everything and question everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Afro King salute. Yeah, and it's just you just need to be exposed to different ideas, meaning men. Listen to men. Everybody say they want a good man, but they can't tell you what a good man is. A good man is not a fairy tale, somebody that's going to do everything you like and everything you want. Impossible. Absolutely false. In a lot of cases, probably most cases, a good man is going to do the opposite of what you want. That's what make him good. If you look at the conditions and the choices, conditions of our women and girls, and look at the choices that they make, a good man ain't allowing none of that. None of that. Oh, that's what you want to do? Oh, that's what you want to wear? Oh, that's where you want to go? Oh, that's what you want to rap about? Oh, that's what you want to listen to? Oh, that's what you want to eat? That's what you want to smoke? Oh, so that's what you want to drink? Ain't no good man putting up with none of that shit. Not at all. A good man is about discipline, righteous law. Righteous law. He put the law down. And the cold thing is, women understood it and they always respected it. When dude was telling you to strap some birds to your crotch and run this out of town and all of that, you was obeying all of that. He was laying down the street law and you had no problem obeying it. But it's worse when a black man try to be righteous because now you don't know what to do with that righteous law. I'll follow the dirt law because I can rebel. I feel like I'm still free to rebel because I know he's doing dirt. So I can say, well, you knew you was doing dirt, so you leaving the door open for you to be able to do what you want to do because you knew he was doing dirt. But if he not doing dirt, you don't know how to handle that. No, it's like trapped. It's a prison. It's like a prison, and you too strict, and y'all Muslims is too strict. Nah, ain't no slaves up in here. You free to go. You free to go. You just want a man that's weak and that got some dirt that you done went through his phone or that he didn't played or lied to you or something, so you can keep you know, that little cheat pass or that little rebellion pass, you know, in your purse. So if it really get hot or he really try to start feeling himself and putting some righteous law on you, you could pull out that dirt, that dirt pass and that get out of jail free or get out of doing right free pass. You want a weak dude. You want a dirty dude. You want a liar. You want a dog just so you can play victim and say, yeah, he did this, so I did this. This is why I did that. You can feel good about quitting and punking out and leaving and abandoning ship. You can feel justified. You got a righteous man. You can't run them games. You got to think of another way. Like, man, I just, oh boy, I'm talking too much. But it's all men. This is men talk. This is really locker room talk. Like, I don't really know females on here supposed to be listening to this. So if I was talking to females for real, I wouldn't talk like this. I talk real calm and real gentle and real kind and sweet. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be saying the same principles, but you got to deliver them different. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't take it. They mind, they ears, they brains can't even take it. If you're a righteous black man and you start talking real strong and hard and rough and exposing them and blowing up their little game and shaming them for what they know they should be shamed. They like you'll break them. They're already broken, but they'll accuse you of whatever trauma or whatever that they're gonna do after that. But that's because you got to keep in mind that something happened to them as little girls by a man, by most likely a black male. So that's going to trigger that. That's going to trigger that old trauma, and it's going to bring it up to the front, and she going to go black, meaning she going to black out, go into full emotional demon mode. You know what I'm saying? Full rebellious, reject, denial. Whatever the emotional reaction is that demons is going to, that trauma is gonna bring up. So it's not. It don't even. It's not even worth a man talking that reckless or that rough or whatever to a woman. It's not even necessary. You can talk that way to a man. You can talk that way to a male, but it's not even necessary. It's not even accomplish really too much. With a woman, because she already broken. She's already in denial. She already living a fairy tale fantasy, you know, existence. So you hitting her over the head with them words, with some strong, right, true words, that ain't gonna help. So we talk like that to men, to other men. But hey, man, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? I'm just a rapper, just an old, washed up, bitter rapper that's jealous of my rap peers, whatever else they say. But I'm a valuable brother, though. I'm a valuable companion. My company is A1. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm on. I'm on just a self improvement page, self development, personal development. So instead of focusing on these outside circus acts and outside characters and political sideshows, and just focus on our personal accountability. Personal accountability. Practice apologizing. Practice apologizing. It's magic. That's magic. People be looking for magic words. Apologizing and with the right spirit is magic. Immediately change a person's heart around. It don't mean that you ask them for something right after that. Apologize and leave it alone. Apologize and leave. You know what I'm saying? Apologize and live your life and keep living your life or whatever. But a real and sincere apology, that don't take away from you. That actually adds to you. If you know you did somebody wrong, apologize. Apologize the most sincere way. Practice. Just try it out. Just test it out. Test out the magic power of apologizing. Nothing like it. And if the person that you apologize to is traumatized, they might be, F you, I don't accept it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You still won. You still did the magic on yourself. Because once you apologize, they might not accept it, but you freed yourself. You accepted your your apology to them. So that's all that matters. Free yourself. Clean your ish up. They don't gotta accept it. Apologize. Yeah. Try it. You know what I'm saying? We think everybody's supposed to apologize to us. No, do what you want people to do to you. They not gonna do, they probably not going, the person that you want to apologize or that should apologize to you, they're not necessarily gonna do it. But when you do it, then you don't know what that's gonna force other people outside of you to do. Yeah, I be practicing. At my age, I ain't got nothing to lose. I've been tough and arrogant and you know whatever for so long. Like let me just try this. let me just try it. Shit ain't gonna hurt me. Shit ain't gonna kill me. And you really do it like you really do it like sincere. It ain't like you breaking down crying or nothing unless you feel like you need to do that. But just sincerely addressing and telling and detailing what you sorry for. Not just I apologize. If you was offended, if you took it this like that's BS. You may as well not even do it. No, really say, "Nah, I know I did this, and I shouldn't because this, and you go into why and you go into knowing exactly what you did, and that's good for your soul. If it don't do nothing for the other person, but it will. I promise you it will. It might not respond right away and shit, but they're gonna take that home or whatever. They're gonna sleep on it like, damn. You might not hear from them for a day or a week or a month or whatever, but the fact that you got that off, that you cleaned them dirty drawers up, you gonna be better. You gonna feel better about yourself. Telling you, that's the power. I'm talking even when you dealing with somebody else with trauma. I'm sorry for what he did to you. I apologize for what he did to you. And women will break down, like, you know, because that's really what they wanted to hear. Their daddy probably did it, but he died and shit, so he can't apologize. So they still looking for association, something to associate their father or their brother, or whoever did that to them with. So when you say them kind of words, like, you unlock all kind of black boxes. You free all kind of trauma charges up. You know what I'm saying? And that's also go with males. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that you rainbow. It don't mean that you soft. It means that you are exorcist. It means that you freeing people's souls. You exorcising demons, knowing how to use the right words and the right spirit at the right time. Why not? Why not try it? Why not try it? Scared. Like that's how you know. That's how we know we be full of ego and pride, and if we scared. I ain't apologizing. Why not, man? So you perfect. So you didn't do nobody no wrong. You can't think of nobody you need to apologize to. Like, yeah, well, you the problem. You the problem. Uh, they popped the sign of distress in Las Vegas on every live. What that mean? Your music and vision. I see 109. Your music and vision established your character principles. That's why, man. Salute, salute. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm just. It's just brotherhood talk, man. It's brother and sister talk. That's all I want to be is a good brother and good company, a good counselor, a good listener. Even though I'm doing all this talking, I got to just keep on, dialoguing. But I really like to listen. I really like to hear because that's really where the healing is at. You know what I'm saying? Certain few words like apologizing is one thing for a person that's talking, but it ain't no better therapy or therapist than somebody that knows how to listen and know how to key in and like how to listen, not just be there and let somebody just tell you anything, but no, you really listening for cause and effect. You see the effect, but you listening for the cause. Oh, that's what caused that. That's what caused that. And then you know how to go about, you know, treating that cause and helping the person that got violated, helping them see that, it wasn't their fault and that wasn't a judgment, and you don't have to let that control you no longer. Once you face it and you blow that emotional charge to it don't have no force over you no more. You let them keep talking about it. Let them say it over and over. Let them say what happened to them over and over. Let them say the name. Let them, recall that over and over. Each time they go over it, and they go over it with somebody that they feel comfortable. that's not judging. It's not about, putting their own spin on it or trying to add to it or take away from it. No, you just here as a sounding board. Let me say what I got to say. And then you keep it in confidence and you don't never repeat it to nobody. That's how you heal people. That's how you heal people. And so many illnesses and sicknesses that we suffer from is because we hold in locked up trauma. We hold in locked up shame or guilt or trauma or fear, and it's making us literally sick. It's giving us diseases. It's breaking our immune system down. It's depleting us of the necessary vitamins and minerals and nutrients that keep our immune system and our health up to par. I'm telling you, man, them demons, boy, they zap all kind of nutrients and vitamins from you. You got to be able to let it out. Help your people let their demons out. You know what I'm saying? Talk about what happened to them, because most cases it's abuse. They was abused as a child. Talk about it. Sometimes you got to talk about it in a form like what happened to you. Don't even ask them. Did that happen to them? You just had the courage to say, "Man, this happened to me when I was little, and I just been coming to grips and just remembering stuff lately." And you know what I'm saying? It seemed like a lot of people, other people, seem like they must have went through the same thing, because what happened to me and how this happened to me, man, I'm just now really realizing and struggling, and you know realize that it wasn't my fault, and this, that, and how this affected me, and this was what made me a rider, or made me want to, keep wars up and whatever, because I'm fighting this thing that happened to me when I was 5 years old. They think that I'm just a super gang banger or whatever. No, I'm fighting against this demon that's haunting me since I was little, and everything reminds me of that. So once you're able to initiate and get them talking about that type of trauma, then you're doing something. You're doing something. You're becoming a friend that somebody can talk to, they can cry to, they can cry with. Get that shit out. Because once you get it out, you ain't gotta worry about it no more. But we carrying that shit all our life. And our life be miserable. We be paralyzed with fear and bitterness and anger and confusion and, you know, hopelessness and just ignorance because of something that really happened to us when we was little that we can't tell nobody about. And we done built other, sins and bad choices and bad choices and bad choices on top of that. We got 3 or 4 baby mamas or 3 or 4 baby daddies because of that, because we building bad choices on top of that trauma. So none of that is a sin if it's all built on that trauma. You forgiven for all of that once you acknowledge, like, damn, that wasn't even the real me. I've been demon possessed, doing all this stuff I've been doing. It don't mean that your children is a curse. That's never the case. But how they got here, could have been unfavorable. But that's always a blessing, because you use your God power to actually create life, create another God. So that's never a curse. But it's just you can't really. It's hard to enjoy being a parent or being a father or a mother if you confused and you know suffering trauma your own self, mental, emotional trauma, and it's just more pressure, and it just seems like it's just too much. It's too hard. It's because you got to unlock the little prison, that dungeon, and get rid of that dragon. You got to slay that dragon of traumas. So that's all. I'm just telling you from experience. I'm telling you from experience. And I live to talk about it. So I'm proof that it's not going to destroy you. It's going to do the other thing. It feel like it's going to destroy you, like the fake hypnotic demon commands make you feel like if you tell this, it's going to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? This is something I got to take to the grave. That's what the demon lies is telling you when it's really the opposite. If you can find the courage, or when you find the courage to tell people about what happened to you as a child, I promise you, I promise you, it's going to relieve much of your burden, your mental, emotional burden. But it's like, who can I tell it to? Like, I don't trust nobody. Ain't nobody ain't no quality enough people to tell it to. It's somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me. You can DM me. If you need somebody quality to tell it to, and to get that off your heart, off your chest, I won't tell nobody. I'll take it to my grave. If it's a text messages or whatever, I'll delete the text messages or whatever. We'll talk about it. That's all we need. We need somebody there. We need a friend. We need a brother. We need a sister. We need a father figure. We need a mother figure that we didn't have growing up. So ain't no money, no amount of money in the world can buy that. If you know your value as a counselor, as a friend, as a brother, as a sister, then you know you valuable. So I know I'm valuable. So it ain't about money. It's about relieving a mind, you know what I'm saying? Relieving and gaining peace of mind, gaining some rest, like rest your mind. 'Cause that's all heaven and hell is anyway, right? It's states of mind. So we've been in hell dealing with stress and trauma and heartbreak and disappointment and anger and fear. Like, shit, man, come on. Take advantage of your brothers and your sisters, man. If somebody's seem like you can talk to, then talk to them. Get that stuff off of you. But yeah, man, that's an hour and a half. It's kind of late where I'm at. As always, I love y'all, and y'all is my therapist, and hopefully I'm some type of therapeutic brother, good companion company for y'all every night. Sometimes we just need somebody to go to sleep to and listen to a sane voice, listen to a positive voice, somebody that's sharing your pain, sharing your suffering. So I'm definitely in pain. I'm definitely suffering, but um, my understanding of it is cheerful because I know the benefit of the pain that we're going through. So I want y'all to know the same. Don't take it as a curse. Don't take it as you being destroyed. Don't take it as that. You judging it wrong. So if I'm telling you, may as well listen. Everybody else is faking it, acting like they're happy. Everybody else social media balling, social media living their best lie instead of their best life. I ain't. I'm telling you the truth. I'm struggling, suffering, paining, grieving, all that, whatever, sorrowing, just like you are. But I know we suffering for the right thing. So on that note, campaign trail, our pain trail is going to lead to our pleasure. It's going to lead to our self mastery. Pain is going to lead to our creation, our growth, and our perfection. So don't be scared of the pain. Don't judge the pain as evil. Don't judge the pain as a curse. Be proud. Wear your pain as stripes, as badges, as stars and bars. You suffer. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the world, the most difficult time in history since there ever been a time in history. And you here, sane enough to at least listen to me and kind of understand what I'm saying. So if you understand what I'm saying, then you already above the whole population of the planet. But yeah, if y'all don't mind, it's YouTube. Hit the little thumbs up, like, share, listen to this later. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, like I said, I'm a good listener or a good voice that you feel comfortable enough to go to sleep to help you go to sleep. A live company is not no Memorex recording. It's live. I'm here with you. You're not alone. So, and God willing, I'll be here tomorrow, and we're gonna inspire each other tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So take advantage of your brother, man, while we here, because I'm taking advantage of being with y'all. So love y'all, peace and blessings. Till next time, peace.